Somewhere in the wilderness, a man runs. It is winter, and though the sun shines upon him, he is cold. He is cold because winter is Mother Nature's cruelest season. He is cold because he's not wearing any pants.
This is the true Alaska experience, but with a 4-star twist. These mountains are huge. It's a great training ground. You can play on anything, but with serious consequences.
Mountains slice upwards in an arc from the shores of the Cook Inlet to the majesty of Denali. This is a new frontier in heli skiing, the Alaskan interior, where the mountains, the snow, and the skiers play by a different set of rules. Hundreds of miles from their base of operations in Girdwood, the Chugach Powder Guides have only flown one full season out here in their Tordrillo Lodge. Chris Davenport and Cody Townsend are here to see just how many first ascents they can claim before word of the Tordrillo Lodge reaches the lower 48.
Take me back to the place where I loved that girl for all time. I must not just take away this good thing one at a time.
The terrain here is as big as anything I've ever seen in Alaska. The rock, the couloirs, the glaciers are just massive. When you're surrounded by that stuff, it's a really spiritual and powerful experience. Being out there with a sense of solitude is also really special.
On a hill like this, always remember that you're a very unique person, just like everyone else.
Nobody's been in these mountains the way we have as skiers, and that gives you a real sense of pride when you come home from a big day of skiing knowing you were the first one to ski that couloir or the first one to ski that face, whatever it may be. You definitely have a sense of accomplishment.
Oh, yeah!
Never let it be said that Cody Townsend doesn't take care of his responsibilities. Eventually.
Checking my mail. Kind of totally spaced on it. All of a sudden I'm opening up all my credit card accounts and all my bank statements and realizing that I don't enjoy reality. I like living out here.
I don't know if it goes to the bottom of what it looks like, but if it did, it would be cool to ski that.
Cody Townsend is a fairly smelly roommate. He makes a lot of noises at night. Sometimes I have to wake up in the middle of the night and whistle or cough to sort of stir him so he stops snoring. And there's, the odd other sounds coming out, but we've been having a pretty good time, I must say.
The Tordrillos feed into the Denali-dominated Alaska Range, creating a formidable boundary that should give any would-be explorer second thoughts. Of course, Alaska was founded by explorers ignoring exactly those kind of thoughts.
You get that feeling that you're completely isolated, and just bringing in supplies can be a big chore. We're using any means possible to go explore and pioneer this mountain range. I'm pretty experienced with smaller terrain and cliffs and spins and stuff like that, but I love the big mountains, and getting a chance to get tutored by a guy like Chris in these huge mountains is a pretty amazing experience for me.
The guides at Tordrillo use all manner of vehicles to explore their vast and untapped heli skiing tenure. Fortunately, they operate them better than Cody does.
Our first few days out here in the Tordrillo Range, we spent getting our feet under us and checking out the terrain. Then we went deeper into the mountains, and immediately everybody's jaws just hit the floor of the helicopter. We were like, oh my gosh, look at this.
A little bit of a hairball day. We had a very knife edge landing that Chris and I jumped out of the helicopter and just clinged onto the edge. And then we had about a 60-degree entrance into a super, super steep chute. So it was fun. I mean, that's why guys like Chris and I come out here, is to, you know, push ourselves and scare ourselves a little bit.
I'm digging with my fingertips. I'm gripping at the ground I stand upon. I'm searching for fragile bones. I'm never gonna be refined. Keep trying, but I won't assimilate. Should we have come far in time? And I'm sorry I don't believe, but the evidence that I see, that there's any hope left for me. It's evolution. Just evolution. And I do not dare deny the basic beast inside. It's right here, it's controlling my mind. And why do I deserve to die? I'm dominated by this animal that's locked up inside. Take a look around. Nothing much has changed.
The last year of my life I spent dedicated to trying to climb and ski every 14,000-foot peak in Colorado. Skiing all 54 peaks from the summit is pure ski mountaineering, and that feeling of getting in the helicopter again and hearing that turbine engine spin up and taking off and landing on a peak, it never gets old.
Every corner we turn is a new range, a new peak, and something new to go skiing on. So it's crazy, the amount of variety here and the amount of skiing that is completely unexplored. We would look up at something and go, hey, let's go there.
Can I believe all your theories turn to dust? Destroy this city of illusion. Break this walls down.
The experience out here might be different than anywhere in Alaska. But just like everywhere in Alaska, the most challenging run of your life is only a helicopter ride away.